Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Bourbon Rye Not. I am one of your co-hosts, Rob, and along with me, as always, mostly always, we have Mashville Matt and the Bloodhound Carter back in the house. How you guys doing?
What's up?
This is nice.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
man.
It's been a little while.
This is our new recording room here.
We got the recording studio.
The studio. This is the studio.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we have a guest back with us tonight, Lex Wolfe. Been on an episode earlier. We had a blast. We knew it would be fun to have him come back on. Lex, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for having me back. It was. I echo that sentiment, Rob. It was awesome last time to talk some bourbon and go through what got us all into it and what are some of our favorite distilleries. And thrilled to be back on and to be going through some bottles today.
Yeah, we need to give a big thanks to you. You sent Matt Carter some samples of. On the nose, he's telling me smell like some really good stuff.
Oh man,
you're going to take us through a blind that you set up for us.
I am. Well, to be clear, apparently Carter has some henchmen up in New Jersey that raided my house the other night at like 4 a.m. and they actually took the samples, so they made their way back down to Houston.
I moved quick for a big guy.
Yeah, he's our ninja, you know.
Yeah. No, it was my pleasure, and I thought that it was based off of our conversation from the previous podcast. There were definitely some bottles that we had discussed and went through in different distilleries that we talked about that seemed to kind of strike your intrigue, and I took that to good use. So hopefully you'll enjoy what I sent, and it's going to be a lot of fun to try to go through, break them down, see what you guys all think.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, before we jump into these and kind of get started, a couple things I like to do. First is, you were on the last podcast, but for those people who didn't listen to that one, go back and check it out. It was a great listen, a great conversation. But go ahead and tell everybody, kind of who you are, what you do. You're big into whiskey. You got some really cool bottles. You got a great Instagram. Just kind of give your background to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, my name is Lex Wolfe, and from Jersey, and was into whiskey for a while back in really probably I would say towards 2012, 2013. What really kind of set it off as I was a big fan of the show Boardwalk Empire. And, they were sipping some of that old school whiskey.
Oh, yeah,
Canadian,
man.
that Canadian club, right? You had Arnold Rothstein come down from New York to get his cases to get sent back up to New York. So, it was interesting to kind of see how whiskey played a big part in the lifestyle and all that back then. So it was really into it to drink it, to sip it, and just to kind of get acquainted with bourbon and whiskey overall. Back at that time, but it never really kind of clicked until about 2018. And from there, it was like no looking back. I got started with a bottle of the 1920 Old Forester and some Wild Turkey Long Branch, and then just got exposed to more stuff.
Dove in deep, man.
Yeah,
seems like you made a lot of progress since then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you sipping on right now? Since you've got us this blind here. What are you after?
Well, so if you listen to the last podcast, you would have heard that I'm a big Four Roses fan, and one of my favorite Four Roses that I like to sip is not just mine, but the Al Young 50th anniversary is one that's really
strong flex.
Yeah,
very, very strong flex.
You know what? It's near and dear because I remember when I was in Brooklyn on a business trip, they had a bottle of it at the store that was by my hotel, and I ended up not getting it. And then a few months later, I remembered that it was there, and I just kept reading about it, learning about all that stuff. Ended up driving to Brooklyn on a Saturday morning and went to go pick it up. And then luckily enough, they had two of them. So I bought both of them.
Wow. No looking back. You were like, I'm getting both of these. We're going to the register.
I'm not looking.
And that's that.
One, let alone two.
Oh, no.
It's got
I've had it, but only at like a bar. So.
Yeah. It's definitely like when you look at categories of like opening drinks, right, that really get your palate going, that are I would say on a little bit higher of a tier than a lot of the other expressions. You look at Al Young compared to like a Pappy 15, which is kind of kind of runs in the same proof range value wise. You got like the Weller 12s, the E.H. Taylor single barrels. I think the Al Young really does do well compared to those. I think I prefer it to that. But the single barrel Four Roses, the private selections, it doesn't really hold a candle to some of the top ones.
Yeah. Well, and some of the small batch LEs are just legendary.
Oh my God, the 2019.
Oh my gosh, that
the 19 is
he won't open his.
Oh my God!
I did not say that. What I said was not yet.
I get it
because he was wanting to open it without you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that naturally.
All right.
More for me.
But you have the 18. So if we do 17, 18, and 19,
I do have the 17. Well, I have a large sample of the 17. Yeah. So
and then we get Brent. He has a 20. We'll just steal his bottle, and then
I'd love to do a blind of the past.
What do you guys think of the 2020 compared to like the 19 and some of the previous years?
I think 19 was hands down in the most recent years, but 20 was pretty good.
20 wasn't bad. I mean,
20 was good.
I think it's getting kind of dogged on a little bit because 19 was so good. But
hard act to follow.
Yeah, and 19 had 21-year-old Four Roses in it. It had some crazy old stuff in there.
There's Four Roses limited edition small batch, I think dates back to 2008, where they had the two marriage limited edition small batches. Is the 08 and then 09 were marriages. But from 08 until now, there's two years of a small batch expression from Four Roses that has a 20+ year bourbon in it, and that is the 2019 and the Al Young.
Wow.
So
that's why that 19 is so sought after. And it's
absolutely
good.
One of the interesting things is that if you look at the recipes that were used for a lot of the earlier years, you'll see that OBSK, the K's were definitely used a lot, and OBSK is used a lot. I really think Jim Rutledge had that recipe just dialed down, because I've had some of the private selection single barrel OBSKs from his era, the Gold Necks, and they are way better, in my opinion, than the new OBSKs. Overall, there's some really good new OBSKs, like the one that you just had, the Schneiders, I think is one of my favorites. But if you look at some of the Brent Elliott limited editions, you'll find, I think, more heavily OESV and E favorite. But the 2015 is a spice bomb, but it's really good, and that's that's from the Rutledge era. Yeah.
Well, I've been kind of all over the OBSVs big time recently, and I don't know. I've just kind of fallen in love with that recipe. I don't know the rye.
Tier 1, tier 3, tier 6.
It just depends on the run, man. You can't judge on tiers. I mean, they do command the most value.
No, I mean, tiers matter. I mean, people who say this is my opinion. People who say that tiers don't matter, that just can't be true. Tiers absolutely matter, especially when it comes to value, like you just pointed out. But I'm a big Four Roses fan. I've tried all the different recipes, and when I look at what are my favorite picks, what are some of the favorite bottles that I've had, I tend to gravitate towards the higher tier picks, and that's OESV, OESO. There's some Qs that have been really nice. You tend to lean towards them. And that's not to say there aren't really good tier 1s, 2s, 3, or any tier, but they do matter. I mean, people who say that they don't matter, I just don't agree with it all.
I agree with you 100%, because let's be honest, distillers have spots in their warehouses where they like to put stuff that they know kind of what they're going to get.
Yeah.
The wood's going to be different every time you get a new barrel, but for the most part, they know that spot, the way the temperatures work there, that they're going to get something pretty good there.
If you're talking about a tier 5 versus a tier 6,
but I think it also depends. I mean, you probably have runs where you get, some that have great tier 6 barrels that, they produce some of the best bottles you may be able to get. And I think maybe as an average, if you were to look at it from an average standpoint, tier 6 may be better, or 5 may be better, or produce better stuff on average than a 1, 2, 3, but doesn't mean you're not going to find an amazing 1, 2, 3, or a maybe not so great 5 or 6. right? So it's
that's true.
And I agree with that. I was just teasing you about the OBSV because that's the standard release. And
yeah.
I'm going, you want a 1 in that because they proof it down to
hundreds. In that case, you do want a 1. But
we still want to do that little experiment. We want to get an OBSV 1, 3, and 6 and just kind of do a blind on those and see what we think.
Yeah, just a standard single barrel release, just to see. Just to see.
All this talking and not drinking.
Okay,
is getting me like I'm
diving
in. It's a Friday, guys. This is the first bourbon
Friday. It's Four Roses Friday, apparently, right? That's like the big Instagram stuff.
That's good. Wow, dude, we're gonna have to use that. Four Roses
Friday. I want to bring up another topic while we're starting to nose and maybe dive into these bourbons, Lex.
Okay.
I know you've got some good friends in Kentucky and you make your way over there once in a while. I thought Carter might bring this up, but he hadn't yet, so I'm going to.
I'm slacking.
Jackie Zykan has her new bourbons coming out.
It's out. It's out.
It's Kentucky and distillery only, and I know where you're at. You have friends and make your way over there. If you ever get over there and can get two, just remember who I am. Forget this guy over here.
Yeah.
Remember who I am.
And they're $3.75 bottles.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. You know what's cool is the 117 series, right? That's what you're referring to, right? The 117 is actually the address of their old distillery on Whiskey Row.
Louisville, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I thought was
I thought that was cool, yeah.
And it's the first time that a lady's going to have her name on a bottle, which I thought was great.
I think that's awesome. I think, I've read a lot about Jackie. I think obviously she's in the position that she is because she has a killer palate. I saw one of the reviews about that bottle on Breaking Bourbon, I think was the website.
Mm-hmm.
And they were pretty high on it too. I think they gave it 4 barrels out of 5, and it's coming in at 110 proof, and obviously very, very short yield. So yeah, I'd love to get a try of that at some point. We'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. I've actually got some of the 150th that they did. I've got a couple of bottles.
Which batch?
2 and 3. I need one. I know when it's supposed to be considered the poorest batch, but I still want one so I can do a complete blind through all 3 of them.
Is that why you haven't shared yet? You're waiting to get them all?
Yeah.
or waiting for friends to be there, right?
Carter, you have a new barrel strength Old Forester single barrel coming, don't you?
Man, by Lex a little bit.
I don't know how I got this, but I got one from the Northeast heading my way.
Word on the street is that like the first runs of the Old Forester single barrel strengths were like in the 4-year range, and like this new run that came out in 2021 are closer to like that 6-7 year range.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Sweet spot then.
Yeah.
I love that.
And apparently Old Forester has some techniques that they use where it makes their bourbon taste a little bit older than it is. So
I believe that.
And these are the single barrel strength.
Yeah.
So they're picks. They're all picks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got that one from Specs that was really excellent. So I'd love to do a blind on this too.
I haven't opened that one yet. And I think one of
we all
almost finished it.
But one of you told me you liked that one better than the Longhorn release we got.
Yeah. All right. So getting into one, I'm just going to go ahead and just jump in here, man.
Yeah. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just straight down the line.
Okay.
Yep.
Right off the bat, dude, I'm getting some kind of like a little mint, a little dill. It kind of seems a little rye-ish. A little honey.
That hesitation says no. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I mean, like that's just what I'm getting off the notes. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to translate to the palate, but we're going to give it a go here.
And you have the cheat sheet in front of you, Lex?
Yeah, I know which ones they are. Yeah.
You know what they are? Okay.
Yep.
Dude, that's a rye. Come on, man. That's a rye. That is damn good too.
I thought it was a rye.
It almost kind of tastes like a Thomas H. Handy in a way.
I almost think more than one of these are a rye.
I do too. Just by the nose. That's nice. I need to give it one more go because I don't think it's set home yet.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste crazy old. That's probably like I'd say maybe like a 6-year type rye. That would be my guess on that one. But I mean, dude, whatever. I mean, it's good. It's nice, spicy. It's proofy, but it's not like crazy. It doesn't taste crazy proofy.
What do you think of the proof? Like where do you think it's sitting? Would you say?
I mean,
I'm gonna go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna say I think it's probably around the 115 mark.
I was gonna say
Okay.
120.
Yeah, I think so too. In that range.
Plus or minus 3 percentage points.
I said I'm saying 120.
So Matt, I haven't heard from you yet. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, the nose is honestly pretty hot to me. It's kind of hot on the palate too. I got 120 proof, and
this is your first drink of the day too.
It is. I'm probably toasting my palate.
My first drink too. So
I'm probably toasting my palate, but I really like it. I honestly don't know from a rye perspective on trying to guess. And I mean, I could say that about bourbon too, but trying to guess an age. But I would agree. I think it's probably younger.
I think it's younger by the color on it.
4 or 5 year.
It doesn't feel as and for me, you always have to have something to compare it to. So I went ahead and took a little sip of number 2. And number 2 has a mouthfeel.
Oh, cheating over here.
Unless now I'm sorry for interrupting you. Unless he just threw us for a loop and put like Alberta Premium in here or something like that. Which
still a rye.
It's still a rye.
And he wouldn't be lying. He said 2 of those is probably considered better than the Al Young that he was.
Okay.
He said 2. He didn't say 4.
He didn't say 4. That's right. All right, so I'm really digging that, and I'm actually going to finish that. I really like it. I'm a rye fan, though. I mean,
yeah. Listen, and if you guys don't be shy. If you don't really dig it or you don't like it, you're not going to like hurt my feelings or anything like that. Just tell me you don't like it. But I'm just we're open here. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure.
It's one of those things where when you do blinds like this, I like them because it kind of dials in your palate of what you're liking right now. But drinking any of these at any time, I'm sure would be fantastic. But now we're comparing them, or we're getting
it's got a nice little cocoa-y kind of thing, kind of just like right on the end, like
let me tell you something. That cocoa, that cocoa note that you said is one of the notes that I got from it too when I tried it for the first time. And this bottle, I hadn't had any experience with this bottle at all, right? I had heard a little bit about it. And it just so happened to kind of hit one of my stores that I go to from time to time, and I picked up the bottle and I decided to open it. And cocoa is definitely one of the big notes that I got at the end, the back half of it.
Yeah.
But I will say, I will say from your description, that's about the only thing that I agree with. So
okay.
Yeah. So what do you prefer? Do you want to go through all of them and then we can reveal them towards the end?
No, I want to go through all of them.
No. Let's. I think we should let it out.
Well, I think he wants us. Well, you tell me, Lex. I was thinking go through all of them. We kind of pick our favorite to
and
then it's revealed.
Okay. Let's do that.
There's
Rob's got it nailed down. We'll do that, Rob.
Now the suspense is killing me.
So I'm going to tell you that on one, I get something else on there that's kind of green and kind of herbaceous a little bit too.
I get kind of like a little bit of a dill note to it, But
I don't get as much dill as I do, and it's on the palate that I get that more than.
I maybe get that dill on the nose, but
no. It's got a little bit of the anise, like like the star anise, kind of like just a hair of that.
I think, but we'll go through, but see what I think. But
I wish I had more.
I think this is a younger
bye
rye.
That could be arranged.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say price on this bottle is.
We're going there.
I'm not going.
I don't know about that. Well, retail price. Okay. Well, yeah.
That's a window. Probably say it's under $100 or $120. I'll probably be right.
I'm going to try to go between $65, $70.
Okay. I don't think it's that. I'd say about 40 to 50. That'd be my guess.
Now, this is what you're saying. You think it
Oh,
is retail?
You love this, don't you?
These guys are funny. Yeah.
Hold on. What do you think it's worth? What do you think it's? How about?
Oh, I don't
instead,
know
what do you
about
think it's-
worth.
No. To you right now, tasting it, what do you think? Like being like that's a good pour. I think that's a 40.
I'd probably pay like $100 for that bottle. I think that's about fair. Ryes are expensive.
I'm giving you the price when I say I think it's worth.
Yeah.
It's probably
What
more
you
an
would pay
indication of what I would pay for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, there you go.
I'd probably pay like $80-$100 for that.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Now 2 is a different story. I really like
no,
it.
2 is just this is a different whiskey here.
This is definitely couple tiers, I would think, above what we just tried. But I might be wrong, Lex.
Man, you were having so much fun with this, aren't you?
I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving seeing you guys just try it. I love doing this stuff. That's why, I love sending samples out and doing blinds, and so 2 is.
Well, now it's kind of changing on me. I've had this one a couple times. Okay, I still think that's a rye.
You think so?
I do.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know.
I don't think 3 and 4 are ryes on the nose. But the mouth.
Oh man, that's good.
That's really
it's
good.
really good.
So did we nose all 4 at this point? What do you
Kind of, sort of. Let me give you my nosing notes here.
Okay. On the second one.
This one's got kind of a more of a, to me, a little bit more of a citrusy kind of quality to it.
Let me ask you this. So number 2, for me, I've gone back to it a number of times, and the longer that it's been open, I was getting like some peanut shells, peanut butter, maybe some like chocolate peanut butter, like nuttiness to it.
Wait, but bottles aren't supposed to change after you open them.
This is a long joke. I mean, you don't even want to get into this.
Yeah. good old neck pour.
The neck pour. Anyway, yeah, you know what? But I'm getting kind of a different type of nutty.
Okay.
Kind of more of a walnut or an almond kind of.
Yeah.
Like
the green
like maybe like a chocolate M&M or something like that, or like
it's got a little citrus though, just a hair of like the citrus on the nose. Now I don't know about the palate, so like I'm gonna get into that.
When I first put it on my palate, I had a bigger cream kind of mouthfeel.
It is
cream, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, creamy is definitely
long finish too.
Yeah,
super long finish. Like you can taste like the oak on this for sure. This seems like it's an older whiskey for sure. I love it.
I still get that spice on there.
It is. Man, I kind of want to. I don't know if I want to go there with the Four Roses guy, but I kind of feel like it's Four Roses.
Dude. I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know that for a fact, but I think it's Four Roses.
We'll see what happens.
It does.
I had the same thought.
Whatever it is, it's got a lot of rye in it, I think.
I think it is the higher rye mash bill. I think it's B. It's a B, I think. But
for those listening who don't know, you're talking about OBSK, OBSV, whatever.
Yeah. The higher rye mash bill because
35% rye.
Because Four Roses doesn't have a low rye mash bill. They have a
real high and a high.
A real rye forward mash bill and a high rye mash bill.
Which I like.
So you let me know when you guys get to the third sample, because I'm going to sip that one along with you.
Oh, nice.
All right.
So it's Al Young?
Well, before we finish off all these, I feel like we should go nose to nose to nose. Otherwise, we're going to forget, right? I mean, we're already I feel like I'm already like.
Oh, dude, I've already finished one.
So did you already figure?
I got enough to get a nose.
Did you figure out initially what your favorite nose was?
Of these two?
Of all of them, of all 4.
Oh, no.
I would try and do that, and then let's finish up, go to 3. And then
3 is fucking amazing. I mean,
I like 4.
4 is fucking amazing.
I really fucking like 4, dude.
Holy shit!
Mine go reverse order. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's definitely 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I can't remember 1, but definitely 4 and 3. I think 4 is number 1.
But right now on the nose, I'm expecting 3 and 4 to be my favorites.
Oh, this like 4 smells oily.
Yes,
it smells like oily, old. Like
let me give you guys something. Wait till you fucking try number 4.
Yeah.
Four is my, like I said, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to rank it too. That's how I'm going to rank it too on the note. But I will say this, for the audience sake
Look at
here.
the color on it.
Oh, dude, that's
just-
super dark.
Yeah.
So like for the audience, I will say all of these are good. Like all the noses were really good. Now I don't know about the palate. I haven't gotten and the finish and all
So
that.
okay, so let's just recap here. So number one, you guys think it's probably leaning towards a rye, probably about 6-7 years old. Number two, probably not a rye, maybe a Four Roses, a little bit older, maybe like in the 8-9 year range. Is that fair?
Yeah, that I would agree.
And I'm thinking one might be a little younger than 6, maybe in
I
that
was saying
4 to 5 year
4
old.
to 5,
range.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you
We're
got
gonna be wrong either way.
one of you guys got 4, one of you guys got 5, I got 6.
2
So
seems
average
to be
5.
more refined and it's got more structure.
It
to
is really nice, and you
one
know,
seems to be kind of still trying to kind of get there.
so on the on 2, I'll say this, and this is another reason I think it's Four Roses. It's got that minerally earthy like loveliness to it that I like in Four Roses, but don't like in Wild Turkey, as a recurring theme that I say. But
So you know, I'm under my breath. I'm really calling you bad names.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still share your
The Dusties.
your dusty turkeys with me. I
long as
won't
it-
turn those
As
down.
long as it's dusty.
As long as
that'll
it's
be good.
dusty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I
Man, that
We'll have
is
some.
awesome, dude. I would drink 2
you know,
all the
and
time.
I feel like the way Lex set it up, he knew we were going to drink 1 to 4.
You sent them to us in a.
Oh
in a-
yeah. So we're gonna get to 4, and we're gonna be like, oh my god,
It's gonna
I
be
mean,
like
already on the,
the
nose.
heavens.
Already on the nose, I'm thinking that. So I if it doesn't translate on the palate, I'm gonna be
3's got a great nose.
I don't know.
though.
3's got a
Yeah.
great nose until you
Maybe.
sniff 4.
Well-
exactly. Yeah.
Hey,
They're both great though. I
yeah.
mean, 4 is just amazing.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, 4, like, look, there's still like oily. Like I swirled this maybe like 10 minutes ago. Well, maybe not that long, but still, there's still like oily residue on the glass. I mean, it's just awesome.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and let you know. 2, I think, is $80 to $85, and proof between 120 125.
I think it's maybe more in the 120 range in the proof. I'm gonna say it's a 8-9 year old type.
Okay.
Four
I'm
Roses
just-
pick.
I'm just trying to watch Lex and see if I can get any cues when you guys talk about what you
And,
think.
and yes, I would agree.
Have you seen him go, dumbass?
yeah, I know.
And
Oh, no,
I,
I've seen that.
and I agree. It's in the $75 to $85 price range. Yeah,
I knew where I was going.
yeah, I got you. I smell what you're stepping in.
When Lex said dumbass, who was talking?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. You can be wrong.
What's the matter?
We're geniuses here.
Yeah.
Lex.
Hey,
one of the-
listen, I've done some blinds myself where I've just been like a total schmuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like it happens. But this is why people, you know, you have to do it. You have to do blind flights. Not only just to see, like, for your own personal preference what you actually like without any type of a bias, but it's a very fun activity to do. It's just to see like what speaks to you,
Yeah,
you know, out of the
yeah.
glass.
Did you tell Lex about all
Yeah. I told him not to listen to that episode.
Okay.
That's what I told him. You
Which
know,
one?
So you were gone last week.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did the
I re-
OBSO.
Oh, the OBSO.
So-
yeah.
I ranked our pick last.
His pick, he picked last.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
you dogged yourself.
But in
Yeah.
fairness, I told Carter, in fairness, look, you didn't have the other bottles when you picked.
it's
so
it's
you're
different than when
comparing
you
it to other stuff now. So I mean, I don't think that's a
to
knock
be
on
fair,
you at all.
that just means you're being objective, right?
Yeah.
Well,
You're
that
picking
is
the best
true.
thing. You're
That
picking
is
But
true.
don't get me wrong.
A true
He
scientist.
thought his number one was that's my OBSO. So
Oh.
it's not.
It was
get
not objective.
Too far out of.
That's mine.
I
That's
always
gotta be
hang
mine.
myself out to dry on these
Hey,
things.
hey.
I really do.
That's confidence. That's
Yeah,
confidence.
you know, and then when you fail, you just get to laugh at yourself.
Yep.
You know? But
All
all right, I got to try this. I
Yep.
mean, this is too good to not try.
All right.
Number-
Lex, is
so-
there- go ahead.
So you're on number 3, right?
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is there any news in the whiskey world besides, you know, talking about what Jackie's doing in the 117 series that you're looking forward to in 2021? How about are you looking forward to the new barrel picks for Stag Junior? I think that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I remember it was funny. I had gotten I caught wind of that a few months back, and I sent a picture over to my buddy Dave, and I was like, wow, this is gonna like set the world on fire, right? Like barrel picks, and then we started talking about like what if they ever like what if they did an E.H. Taylor barrel pick, barrel proof,
gosh,
Yeah.
right? Like what that would do to what that would do to the market and everything. Honestly, I'm actually very I'm anticipating and very excited for the new E.H. Taylor release, the Warehouse C, because it's an age-dated 10-year, and the last two experimentals, the Amaranth, Grain of the Gods, and the 18-year Marriage, I in my opinion, I think were lackluster. The 4-grain is definitely better. The Warehouse C 10-year, I think, is going to be, I believe the single barrel, that's where that comes from, is Warehouse C. I think this 10-year is going to be a very good expression from them, and I'm excited to try it.
So I didn't try the 18-year Marriage, but I thought the Grain of the Gods was pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys tried?
Okay.
I thought it was, actually,
so
I'll be honest.
nose
I'll be honest. I thought it was a great pour.
Okay, so I got it at a steakhouse here.
Yeah.
And it was amazing what they were what they had per pour for that steakhouse. It was like $14 a pour. I was like, I'm gonna be drinking this all night.
Wow.
This is amazing.
That's how it was over at Sabbatical. I was like, it wasn't that cheap. It was like, I don't know how much it was, but it was like under 20 or under $25. I was like, dude.
And then they came out and they brought it out and everything. And I put my nose in there and I was like, whoa, this is going to be freaking amazing.
You were let down.
The only thing that I was kind of let down, and I guess like the nose was so awesome that like I forgot that the thing is 100 proof. And then you get to the finish and it's like kind of shortish.
You feel cheap.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
damn, that.
Well, I guess I should be a little bit more clear. The way that I look at these bottles, when you're trying the 18-year Marriage, you're trying the Amaranth, and any of the experimental expressions from E.H. Taylor, right? I am not judging them on their retail value, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that, okay, is Amaranth or is 18-year Marriage a good bottle for $70
or $80
for $70-$80?
Yeah.
In that case, it absolutely is. It's a great bottle for 18.
Of course,
for $7. I'm talking about, is 18-year Marriage a good bottle for $3,000? No, it's not at all.
I agree.
No, not at all.
Right.
And it's only the rarity of these bottles that people are, I think most people who are into whiskey, really into bourbon, aren't paying that for those products. They go out at a bar and they go, I'm not going to spend that for them.
I'll be honest though, the Grain of the Gods, I think to me was good enough to warrant being a $400 or $500 bottle when it first came out.
Okay.
And then, of course, it blew up after that.
I will tell you the one release that I can say that I was absolutely blown away by with E.H. Taylor was the Seasoned Wood. That was freaking awesome.
It's funny. A buddy of mine out in California, he's been in the bourbon game for a long time, and he sent me a blend of the Tornado and the Cured Oak. A blend. A 2-ounce sample, 1 ounce of Tornado and 1 ounce of Cured Oak. I haven't had either one of them standalone. All I've had is the blend together, and it was interesting, man. It was good, very good. But even still, like those bottles are so crazy priced.
That's amazing that you would blend with those.
He blended them together. Yeah, he blended them.
First came out, they weren't. I mean, they were still allocated. They were still hard to find. People were still buying, but it wasn't where it's at today.
Oh yeah, the market 2 years ago was like a lot lower than
was
it is
even
today.
I thought it was almost more than that. I thought
it was
like
it was
3-4 years ago when that came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when those came out?
The 4-grain's been a few years ago.
The 4-grain came out in 17. That means the Seasoned Wood would have been 16. I think the Tornado would have been 15, and the
15.
Sour Mash 14.
Yeah. Boy,
dude,
if you had a bunch of if you had a case of that Sour Mash, you could pay your mortgage for a few months.
More than if we all had a time machine, right?
Have you guys? What is that going for? Like 30 grand or something?
No, not that much.
Like 15, 16.
It's like 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody told me 30 grand. I went, what?
When I saw somebody
a year ago, it was what $4,000 or something.
Yeah,
it's just
somebody
dumb.
posted the other.
What's crazy though? What's crazy about the old fashioned Sour Mash, right? Is that ever since it's been like $4,000, I feel like the sentiment's been like, that's crazy. How the hell is it $4,000? And then it gets to $6,000-$7,000. How the hell is it $6,000-$7,000? And then it gets to 10. right? It just keeps going up. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, like I saw somebody was like, yeah, Michter Celebration plus 5,000. Like was like what they were trying to trade. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
And somebody will do it.
somebody's got
So-
that model. Yeah.
So what do you guys? So you've tried sample 3, yes? What do you guys think of sample 3?
Okay.
Three's fantastic.
I'm gonna make it. I'm going.
Calling your shot?
I'm calling my shot. Well, not
Oh.
calling it, but I'm gonna kind of like go out there.
Okay.
I think this is a gold neck, 4 roses.
Everything's 4 roses.
I don't think
Okay.
it is.
4 roses.
I don't
4
think
roses.
it is.
I do. This tastes like a Rutledge era pick with a bee recipe. That's to me what it tastes like. It's awesome too. I really like that.
You might be right, but to me, I don't get the rye bite on this one as much as I did on 1 and 2.
Wait, I do.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm. Not as much. Maybe more mellow.
Yeah.
Not to be like 4 roses cliche with the mellow.
And what do you think about the age, the proof point, the some of like the additional notes that you're getting from it?
I think it's a 10-year, 9-10-year.
Yeah.
I think it's probably like I like the bite it's got. I like the
Yeah.
I like the bite it has. I think it's just
kind of minty,
it's
a little bit,
You get mint?
a little bit.
You get mint?
A little
No,
spearminty,
not really.
but not too bad. But I some people consider that a negative. I actually consider that a positive. Like I kind of like
So
a little
you think
bit.
it's an F?
You think it's an OBSF?
No, it's not an OBSF. No way. You know what I like about it too? It's
You were
got-
looking at
I get a
Lex. You were like, it's not an OBSF.
No, I just saw him drinking water there. I was like, what's he doing over there? But I think it's got a little bit of that like chocolatey, cocoa-y kind of thing going on too. But more of like the bitter cocoa.
See,
Like
I'm getting
a
some floral on the palate.
Yeah,
I get a little bit of
I
that
agree with
too.
that more.
I get a little bit of that too.
Well, hold on.
It's
here.
very complex. This one's complex for
Let-
sure.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Yeah.
If the proof is up, it could be. They've done this whiskey so well that it's structured very well.
I
It
would-
doesn't drink as hot as it may be.
I think this is in the 130s
I don't think it's
proof
that high.
range.
I don't think it's that high.
I do
either.
because I think it's well done and it's not
It drinks lower than
it's drinking
actual
lower
proof.
than its proof.
So Lex is drinking this with us. Lex, what are your thoughts on this?
Well,
you don't have to tell us.
we
age.
don't want him to give it
No,
away.
he doesn't have to tell us age. I want to know what he's getting off of it, though. Like what? Like
Just so
what-
you know, whatever you say, I'm with you.
Yeah. So, off of I've actually blinded this particular sample a few times.
This particular 4 roses.
This particular sample that I sent you guys, right? So I've blinded this quite a bit, and it's done well. It's done well a lot of the times that I've had it, and every time that I've done it, one of the big notes that I've said that I taste from this is like a big caramel and a very like almost like a dark fruit aged oak type of a feel. Like I can tell on this that it's got a lot of really nice age.
Oh
That's
yeah.
So that was always my thing. Like I tried it and I said, wow, this is like a big caramel, really nice oak age on this, but it's got a nice, what I call a journey to it. So when you try it, and I'm going to take a sip, my first thought is, okay, this is hot, but it doesn't become hot to the point where the heat tries to interfere with the flavor and become a note itself. It's hot where it's like, oh, wow, I get caramel, I get aged oak, I get some dark fruits,
but it's very distinct on those.
right?
those
And then the
flavors, right?
heat is intermingled very nicely with it, and it has that mouth-watering effect for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
agree
I
with
was
you.
very- it makes
my
you
mouth is
salivate.
literally salivate.
It's kind of like juicy, in a way.
Yes.
Like it's
Yeah.
and it does have a little bit of that citrus note. Like I'm now I know you were talking about fruit more on the cherry side. I'm thinking
Yeah.
it's more like on the like a blood orange or something like that. It's got
Yeah.
that,
I got you. And what's cool about the finish? The finish is I don't think it's like extraordinarily long, but I think it's like a really nice finish. And I get like some maybe like dark chocolate on the finish, and maybe some a little bit of the cocoa as well. So similar to the first sample. Number 3 is, I dig number 3 big time.
Yeah,
I like number. Go ahead.
I was just saying, my mouth is still salivating.
Yeah,
from
dude,
I can feel, like, and I actually weirdly like it. Like the mouthfeel is.
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
dude. This is like this is not a beginner's bourbon. I can tell you that much for sure. This is not like.
No, it's not.
I don't think any of these probably are. But.
No, probably not. But
go ahead.
But what I'd say about this one is the complexity is just awesome on this. I mean, you could go in so many different directions on the finish because you pick up like so many different characters on it, which to me makes me think that it's an excellent bourbon. And also another reason that I think it's a Four Roses, because I think Four Roses does complexity extremely well. So
I'm going 120 to 125 on the proof.
Okay.
Aged 11 to 12 years. And I'm going to say price 140.
Okay.
Did I tell you what I think it might be?
140 retail.
Yeah.
And what age?
11 to 12 years.
Rob said 11 to 12. So Rob, let me just get this straight. So when you say 140, that's what you're saying. Like that's what you think it's worth. That's what if you had
retail.
Retail. Okay. All right.
Retail.
Cool.
I think it's 75 to 85. Okay. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be more in the 140 range. But I can say that, I feel pretty good about it being in that average 10-year range.
I agree with that.
And it's excellent. I mean, if that was the last bourbon that I had, before I had to make a bad decision,
before or after this.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
After you have bourbons like this, you don't make bad decisions.
No,
you think they're all good.
My level of awesomeness goes way higher after bourbons like this.
Here's what I would say as we make the transition from 3 to 4.
Okay.
I think 3 was absolutely fantastic, all the things that we talked about, but I think 4
that's a special bourbon.
A lot of those, and it's enhanced even more.
Yeah, 4 is a special bourbon. I can already tell by the nose.
I get like real dark fruit on this.
I'll be honest, I'm probably completely wrong, but 4 smells like Stitzelweller to me a little bit.
You know what I was gonna say.
Okay, so no, not at all.
No, I don't think that. But what I will say is I think it almost smells like Dusty Turkey. Like it's got that rich caramel like type of thing.
You know what's funny is you just said like if number 3 was like the last bourbon you had before you like had to make some bad decisions or whatever, like jumping into sample 4 is definitely not one of those bad decisions.
No. I've made a great decision with 4.
Yeah, that's a great decision jumping to 4.
Holy crap. I mean, it's just everything bourbon. I mean, it's
I get the
it's amped up everything that you love about bourbon.
I get that like caramel butterscotch note you get from Stitzelweller juice. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it is, but I get that.
I don't think that's a Four Roses.
No, this is not a Four Roses. I can tell by the nose this isn't a Four Roses.
I think
this is big caramel butterscotch. But also has like a nice almondy quality to it. Like it's got like this just really,
some oak on it too.
It's got that too.
It's got
age.
Finish.
All right, hold on. I got to try this.
Yeah. I fucking love this shit.
God, dude, do you know how that is oily as hell? Yeah. I mean, that is crazy.
It's oily F, as the kids say these days.
Dude.
Oily F.
Dude, that put a dipstick in that one. Oh my gosh, that is awesome,
dude. That's a trademark right there. Put a dipstick in that one.
Put a dipstick in that one.
Holy crap!
I'm gonna run that by my wife tonight.
Check.
Oh, good Lord. Jeez, Rob. Here we go.
Check the levels.
This is not a kid friendly show. What?
So check the levels.
Check the levels.
It sounds like sample number 4 got you guys amped up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I can't stand up.
I mean, I can't either, man. I mean, tent fully pitched.
Okay,
oh my God. that's got chocolate in it though. Like, do you
Big
taste
time
the chocolate in that?
Big time chocolate.
It's almost like a nice dark chocolate. Got a little sweetness to it.
Bittersweet.
Yeah, bittersweet chocolate. Yeah.
Number 4 is a palate slasher.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't go back after this.
Second nosing, I'm coming away from that from my first.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh, man, that's gotta watch. Oh my gosh, dude, and that you want to talk about mouth watering? That's another one that is extremely mouth watering. Like,
So you guys understand why I made you sip that one 4 and not 1?
Yes.
yeah. We're gonna
Warm up the palate.
If we started here, there would be everything else would taste like what?
So
that's proofy as hell.
Before I finish this, let's go ahead and do the reveal because I want to know what I'm drinking because I
That's a
want
good
to.
point.
Yeah, that is a
Okay.
good
I want
point.
to appreciate what's left in here.
I'm not
All
gonna even make
So,
a guess on
my order of favorites is 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
So I don't know if you set us up that way or not, but we're about to.
Before I send this, I made a bet with a couple of buddies of mine, and I got 10-1 on $1,000 that you would pick 4, 3, 2, 1 as your favorite. So I just won 10 grand.
Oh my god, dude! Nice.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh
I'm just
Jesus!
I was
But
getting ready to go.
honestly, no. But truthfully,
You're welcome.
this is I'm not surprised too much. I thought you may have went 4, 3, 1, 2. But here we go. So let's start talking about them.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, don't take what he just said and go, well, I'm going to choose.
Wait,
my-
Well,
no.
now I'm
I'm going to
thinking-
call
I
my
kinda
shot.
like
Hey,
one. Yeah,
why don't
you
you
hear-
listen
yeah,
before
yeah.
you talk?
No.
Here we go. I'm going to call my shot.
she said.
I'm going to call my shot on 4. And I've never had this before in my life.
In your general direction.
That is right. So 4 is a Brown Foreman product of some kind. I think it's an ultra age Brown Foreman product.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't think it is because the proof I think is too high to be something that their higher end stuff is usually lower proof.
I've never had King of Kentucky in my life.
I never
but,
have either, so.
I have a feeling that it might be King of Kentucky.
Well, here's the other reason I disagree with you. I never heard you once say banana.
Maybe as it ages, but I got a little bit of estery thing on it, a little bit. Like,
Okay.
and I was like, that might be Brown Foreman.
All right, let's hear
Let
it
us-
now.
the floor is yours.
Yeah, floor is yours.
So all the way that we'll do this is we're going to reveal them in just a second, but let me just, I guess,
You're excited for this.
Let me recap how I think you guys did. I think you guys did very well in some spots, and in some other spots you're going to be. I think you're going to be shocked.
Are we going to be this? Are we going to be this?
Right? I think you'll be like that. Yeah.
Wait, just by what you know, who is this guy?
You're the worst fucking player on the team.
I know the first one. I know Friday a little bit better than that one. Yeah. So, okay. So let me just say this. It was awesome to see you guys go through that and give your input and talk about what what you're getting from each sample. Let's not kill the suspense. There are no ryes in this flight.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh!
Wow.
What?
I'll be surprised. I'm honestly surprised.
Okay,
on
these
one.
gotta be bees. Then.
There are no ryes in this flight. There's 3 age stated bourbons in this flight, and 1 is not age stated, and it falls in between 4 to 7 years.
Okay,
Right?
4 to 5.
It's not age stated. So it falls into 4 to 7 years is one of them, and then it goes from 11, almost 12 years to 13 years to 15 years.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Okay. So what we're going to do is I will also say that the lowest proof in this flight is 123.
Oh wow.
One. Yeah.
Is
it
123.
Shocking,
Is it
actually.
2? Is it 2?
Nope. So coming in at number 1, number 1 coming in at a 13-year 123 proof bourbon from Indiana.
MGP.
13-year Mare Pingree.
Oh my gosh! Well,
Wow.
you know what? I'm not surprised by that though, because MGP does have a rye forward note to it. Generally,
That's
So
And that was
Let me,
123 proof. What's the price on that one?
So the retail price on the 13-year Mayor Pingree, I believe, is around $225 to
Holy
$235.
shit.
Holy crap.
And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't a huge fan of that
I
one
wasn't-
compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
You know, when you put them in a line, you know, like I said,
The secondary value on that is about $450.
oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Mayor Pingree 13-year is number one.
Wow. That's cool. I mean, I'm sure, like when I first tried it, I really liked it. But then you get into the other ones and
That's
you're like,
the thing. That's the
You
thing.
know what I think though? You know what I think? You guys did, like, you guys got progressively much better as the flight went on, like with your notes and with what your analysis of the bourbons were. And I think it's probably because you were on clean
First
palates.
pour.
As your
First
palate
pour,
started to get going,
yeah,
it started to make a lot of sense.
We definitely.
that's true.
Typically, we have a warm up pour, but traffic and all that wasn't in our.
Yeah,
favor
man.
tonight.
No warm
So-
up pour today.
So
Yeah.
a little background reason we got started a little late. Yeah, Matt just moved into this new place. This is why we have our new like room that we're recording in here.
Yeah.
And-
Recording studio.
And he lives up north, and Rob lives out west, and I live in the city. And so, like Friday, 5 o'clock traffic to go up
dude.
north
Yeah.
is just like brutal.
Worse,
you know?
worse than we thought.
Yeah. But anyway, and it's gotten worse over the years. But
Well, it's got worse now with, Anyway. That's crazy.
So coming in, and you guys said that it was a consensus, right? 4, 3, 2, 1 was basically how you guys would all consensus rank it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, cool. So coming in in third place, but the number 2 sample comes in between 4 to 7 years, 137 proof.
What doesn't drink?
That did not drink like that.
Is a New Jersey private selection Jack Daniels barrel proof.
What? Damn.
That's good stuff.
Actually had a really good nose.
Wow.
Aside from 3 and 4, that had a really good nose.
You know what? What's interesting about that is it didn't have a lot of Brown Forman characteristics to it. Like I generally pick those out pretty quickly. There's Mira Pingree. Yeah, there you go. 13 years old.
Is that barrel proof still available?
That barrel proof is not available. That barrel proof was like in early 2019. It came out.
Okay.
I've been noticing it. Yeah.
That is
so
a good-
137 proof Jack Daniels barrel proof. That's the highest proof single barrel proof that's came out that I've seen in the last 2 to 3 years.
That
There hasn't
did
been one
not-
higher.
That did not drink
that's
like
wild.
it at all.
Yeah.
No.
Not drink like it at all, and it did not nose at all.
It definitely
like
had some.
137
It had some proof. You know, you could tell there was proof.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But 137, I would have
No,
never
not
guessed. I
even
mean, you're
close.
nearing hazmat.
Oh yeah. Well, like I've
Not
always
even
said that the barrel proofs are sneaky. Like those Jack Daniels barrel proofs, they're sneaky because they don't taste like 130 proof.
What was the age on that one again?
So it's a non-age stated, but typically Jack Daniels barrel proofs are I think between 4 to 7 years.
Yeah.
See, and I'm going to tell you honestly, I think that was a well-balanced, better structured whiskey than number 1.
I
In
do
my
too.
opinion.
Yeah.
You know what? And guess what? It's preach that to the choir, right? Because you can get Jack Daniels barrel proofs on the shelf. Now they have non-store picks for like $55 to $60, and then store picks you can still get them for around the same price, $60 to $60, $65.
absolutely.
Yeah.
In Houston, we see them $60 all day.
Right. So now you're saying that a bourbon, or if you want to consider
It's
it
a bourbon.
or a Tennessee whiskey, okay. So
It's
this
a
is
bourbon.
half the age.
It's a bourbon.
This is half the age
Yeah.
of sample number 1, and you can get these for 130 proof all day long. And it's going to be about $60 compared to one that's really hard to get, and it's going to be 200 at least, 230.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I agree with you. I mean, typically when we have a single barrel proof from Jack Daniels, I tend to like them a lot.
Oh yeah, they're
But
awesome.
you're right. We don't
Yeah.
get that typical.
That didn't have the typical profile that I expect from the like big banana notes, that kind
Right.
of stuff like that.
Exactly.
That I get from Jack.
And
Daniel's.
the reason why it's going to make sense when I reveal 3 and 4. But I wanted to throw in an expression from a distillery like a Jack Daniel's, right? That your everyday bourbon drinker who's getting into it is going to look at Jack Daniel's, think of Old Number 7, and then just kind of put it to the side.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you get into the barrel proof Jack Daniel's, it's a different ball game, particularly with their Tennessee whiskey and their rye that just came out. It's getting extremely high praise.
We love the barrel proof.
Well, we
rye.
actually did our favorite releases of the year episode for 2020, and my number one pick was the Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye.
Yeah.
Like of the year.
That was a great.
It's freaking awesome.
And
you know what? It's got so much going on with it. The Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. It really has like so much nuance to it. Like you would never know. Dude, I don't care who you are. You would never know that that's a Jack Daniel's product if you blinded it.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, and we put it in a blind with some Handy and some Michter stuff, and it did well.
Yeah. It was like number
Second,
2.
Yeah, I was gonna say second. Yeah, it did well.
What was our ranking in that one? Was it the Thomas H. Handy 2012 was number 1?
I think it was number one.
Yeah. But look, it stood up against
Absolutely.
something like that.
100%. 100%. It doesn't surprise me at all.
I think as well, the barrel proofs are obviously very, like you rank them high. They're high proof. You get a lot of flavor on them. Even their single barrels that you can get, there's some really banger single barrels that come out that are amazing.
That's at what 90 proof or 94 proof.
Yeah, something like that.
And
yeah.
I mean, there's some really good selections out there that come out that they don't taste anything like old number 7.
Okay, I can't wait any longer.
Let's do number 3, man.
All right. So as I mentioned before, as you guys were sipping the samples and getting your palates really going, you started to really pick it up and onto 3 and 4. So coming in at number 3 is Four Roses Private Selection.
There you go.
11-year, 11-month total wine. OESV PS 276F.
Nice.
I just about nailed that one.
Yeah. Well, I started out and said it was 4 Roses.
Hey, he did. He came in and said, "Hey, this is 4
now
Roses."
it wasn't Rutledge era, but it was pretty freaking
It
good.
wasn't. It wasn't Rutledge era. So I got to be honest right now, right? I have blinded this Total Wine PS 27.6 3 separate times with some of the best Four Roses Private Selection OESVs and other recipes, and this has won every time.
Really?
I mean it
was fantastic,
phenomenal pick.
And here's the thing: it's definitely not better than number 4.
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
think- I mean, that's what I said early on. As good as number 3 was, and it was fantastic. 4 rock shoes.
So this is where you need to understand, like, and not you. I'm just saying, like, you in general. This is where, like, you should understand, like, where you get to bourbons that are absolutely excellent. Like number 3 is absolutely excellent, right? Then there's bottles that take it to a completely different level, and that's what number 4 is.
Yeah.
That's what number 4 is.
Yeah,
number 4 for me is a completely different level.
Oh, I can't wait.
Tell us.
I can't
Tell
wait.
us, what is it?
So number 4, coming in at number 4 at 134.5 proof
Wow, okay.
is
King of Kentucky. You said this is
called
Old
it.
Forester. King of Kentucky.
barrel number 3, King
Let
of
me
Kentucky.
Let me stop right now and just say thank you very
Yes,
much, Lex.
thank
That was
you.
That is
absolute
amazing. Thank you
treat.
so much.
Yes.
A treat to be able to try that and be able to say
This is a
and it's-
special whiskey.
And I'd say it's special. Yeah, it's worth the hype. That is worth
Yeah.
it. That is amazing.
Absolutely. So
And dude,
so you're talking
called it. You called it entirely. That is that's incredible.
well, not the entire. Well, I called the last 2. I got
well,
better.
Hey, dude, you know what? I'm impressed with that one. Like, I'm impressed with that one.
No, it
so
hasn't been
the values, if you're talking values here, number 4 is gonna the secondary value on number 4 is gonna be anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. The
Retail?
value actually, you know what? I don't even know what the retail is because I think it's a Kentucky only release.
I think
No, we don't get those.
Kentucky
We don't
Yeah.
get those in New Jersey. So
Yeah.
it's I could only ever get King of Kentucky on the secondary market.
Wow.
But That's a $1,200 to $1,500 bottle.
Yeah.
You have the Four Roses private selection. This one's going to be between $400 to $500.
Yeah.
The Jack Daniels, yeah, you're going to be able to get that on the shelf, readily available. Not this particular pick, but any single barrel for anywhere from $60 to $70. Secondary value will be between $100 to $150. And then the Mare Pingree, as I said, is going to be $225 to $235, and secondary will be about $425 to $450.
Man, that's amazing, though.
It's funny how that works out, and I just say that MGP, I just for whatever reason, Carter guilt tripped me into on the last podcast when he said, "Oh, you've tried multiple King of Kentuckys. We haven't even had any of them." So I had to make sure that changed.
Hey, good job.
Yes.
Good job, Carter.
It worked. It worked.
Yeah, good job.
That's awesome, man, dude.
Thank
okay,
you.
so
Thank
it's
you.
I would rather have that than Pappy 15 any day.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would.
Oh,
agree.
Pappy 15. I mean, I would rather have that than pretty much everything. There's only like maybe a handful of bourbons that are even in the same league as that, in my opinion. I mean,
I
you're
agree.
talking like 2020 William Lou Weller. You're talking some of the best Four Roses picks ever. You're talking Mr. Sam is one of the other ones.
Yeah.
King of Kentucky is particularly from 2019, and the barrels that are, that you see hit the high 120s to the 130 proof points. And it's a 15-year. So you guys were spot on with the age. You knew that it was a higher aged bourbon, right?
Yeah.
All the notes that you were saying were spot on. And then for Carter to come out and just be like, look, that's a Brown-Forman product. I know Brown-Forman. I'm a fan of that stuff. Boom. King of Kentucky 2019 barrel.
I was thinking that it was either going to be King of Kentucky or like a President's Choice or something like that. One of those like really special Brown-Forman ones. Because I started getting that estery kind of thing going on, and I was like, man, this is Brown-Forman. This is not Buffalo Trace.
The proof threw me off, but and then you said King of Kentucky, and I went, well, could be.
I've never had it. Now I have.
Yeah. Wow.
And holy shit.
All right. If you're willing, Lex, I say the next time we get together and do one of these, and I'm enjoying these, I'd like to do it again. We send him a blind.
Yeah. We'll send you one. Yeah.
We'll walk you.
I would love that. Let's do it.
And
Let's
what
do
I
it.
think we'll do is, we'll get creative.
We'll put some special stuff in there too.
We'll get a little creative and see what we can come up with for you.
And we're not going to ruin your palate with Texas whiskey. I would like to take a pour of that old Carter to finish up the episode.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That I somehow acquired from a good friend of mine.
You know what's funny is you mentioned Carter. You mentioned the dill note that started off the flight. You want a dill note, you're going to get a dill note now.
Really?
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Man, this is super cool. Like, I've been wanting to try this one for a while. I've actually been holding on to this because it's my namesake, and I'm like,
I'm actually going to pour some of the Jack Daniels.
Oh, go for it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right on that dill note.
Dude, that's all the dill, dude. All the dill.
But it's good though.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's real. You can immediately know that this is a rye.
Yeah.
But man, the honey note is coming through though, like strong.
Old Carter batch 5 in particular rye is brilliant.
Ooh,
absolutely brilliant.
This is nice.
Yeah, man.
I will say I think my palate is definitely burned to the point where I'm like 115 is like, this is 115. This tastes like a 90. 95 right now.
Well, after going for the King of Kentucky,
I was going to say pussy juice.
Good Lord.
I mean, like, don't be a pussy. Not literally.
Well, I mean, I am salivating right now.
Okay, cool. Dipstick time.
No, but you know what though? Honestly, the way that we've done this flight tonight is after you have such an absolute bomb like King of Kentucky, there's going to be so little drinks that could compete with that. So to go to a rye is actually a really good play because it's going to be a different flavor altogether.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And this is nice,
dude. This is and I don't know if my sounder's still in here, but that's a cool bottle.
Yeah, it is. Old Carter's great, man.
Yeah, I love that.
You removed his sounder?
Yeah, I know. He doesn't even like. I have to do it like live now.
Wow.
We had to get new sounders. Like
what?
That's what she said.
Oh, that's not new.
Well, that one's been
That's not
around
new.
for a while.
classic.
That ain't new, Rob.
I mean, come on,
Robbie
man.
Rye.
How about new ones like
You're the worst fucking player on the team.
That is one of them.
Wait, did you take out the?
No, we still have Taylor.
Ooh.
Yes, that's a
Matt's,
sound.
Matt's wife, and that was all organic when we did an episode on Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
That was after drinking some barrel proof.
Yeah.
You know what? That's really nice. Like, what's funny, after drinking like 130, proof or like whatever, going to this is like, man, that's really nice and mellow and beautiful, but still punches through, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it's no King of Kentucky.
No.
There's
No, it's not King of Kentucky by a long
That
way.
might be one of the best.
King of Kentucky is listen, in my opinion, in my estimation, I think King of Kentucky really runs with the best of the best.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Not a
It's
bottle that been on my radar to try to get, but it might be now.
Oh, it has been on mine, but I'm a Brown Foreman fanboy, as you know.
Really?
Yeah.
We were blind with them and do so well.
The lost footage.
Yeah,
The lost files.
Oh man, but yeah, dude,
Hey,
this is
fantastic.
This is
Yeah,
really good.
dude, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem, man. We got a little housewarming thing going on here.
I say we try to kill that tonight.
listen. I gotta tell you guys something. So I've had Al Young, and then I went to the Total Wine OESV. This Jack Daniels is
good.
damn good, man.
Isn't
It's
it?
damn
Yeah.
good.
Now, I want to know your honest opinion against the MGP juice
What do you think about the Pingree?
compared to that Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
So when I tried I consulted a couple of friends of mine who are like MGP fanboys, right? Like they just love MGP and especially aged MGP.
We're gonna send these.
Yeah.
I happened to run into the Mayor Pingree at retail at a store that I go to here in New Jersey, which we don't get a lot of those, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I was, I hadn't had any experience with it. I consulted with them a few times, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just open this stuff before I start to think about, potentially trading it or moving it or, what have you. I opened it, and I thought Mayor Pingree was absolutely stunning, man. I loved it. I absolutely loved Mayor Pingree. And so much so that I decided to keep it, and I'm going to have it. And I found out today that the store is getting another case of it next week, and I'm going to pick that shit up.
Wow.
Oh wow.
All right. So
Hey.
so did you blind that? Have you blinded that against the?
No, I haven't blinded it. No, I have not blinded it. And honestly, it could be one of those bourbons that it just doesn't do great in a blind.
Right. Even though it's great, and we would agree it's before, but
I agree.
Again.
We didn't think any of these sucked.
Yeah,
these are all
You
good.
want to hear something funny? I recently did a blind flight, and I picked and so how you said that number one, you're pretty confident that it's a rye, right? I did a recent blind flight, and I was like, number 2, that's got to be a rye. Like that's for sure a rye. It's definitely different than 1, 3, and 4, and 2 turned out to be the Al Young 50.
Oh, God.
oh my.
So
What a
it-
B recipe in there.
it happens, man. Listen, it happens. That's the thing. Doing blind flights, it's great because some bottles do really, really well when you're sipping them standalone, but then when you put them against other bigger bottles, they don't do quite as well. Pappy 15 is a perfect example of that. It does not do well in blind fights.
I've heard that
Blind
a lot.
flights.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I have two. Well, I gotta say, Brown Foreman, King of Kentucky. That is the superstar of this show.
I mean, for
Yeah.
someone who likes Brown Foreman but isn't Carter Brown Foreman kind of style, like that was amazing. I mean,
Oh,
and
God.
I enjoy your old Foresters or Jacks or whatever, but that was fantastic.
It's a totally different level.
Yes.
And Carter knows. Like I've known Carter for a while now. A relatively while. We've talked bourbon a lot together. I know he really likes Old Forester. I know he really likes Brown Foreman products, and I knew that he never had a King of Kentucky, right? So in my mind, I thought to myself, I said, how could he not know what like the best of Brown Foreman has to offer? And and
I
now
mean,
you
I've
do.
seen the best. I don't want to
That's
go
the
back.
best, dude,
You
like
know,
the best of Brown.
I mean, but does that not show you that Brown Forman is a great distillery? Because like if you were to blind that versus Pappy 15, that would kick its ass all over the place.
Oh my God! Honestly, you might not like Pappy 15 after you have that.
I mean,
but how about blends?
Come on, man. But maybe one of the George C. Stacks, like the hazmats or something like that. Like something of that caliber would be maybe more of a fair comparison.
And only that caliber.
I'm trying to think of anything. I'm trying to think of anything within the past 10 years that could.
Maybe the WL Weller from 20, would blind well against it.
I mean, I would honestly say different profile, but on some of the Four Roses, like 2019 LE, maybe some of the,
2019 LE would be a good one.
There are some, there's definitely some Four Roses. Oh, you didn't even try the Liquor Warehouse.
No.
Oh, you have that, right?
I got it right here, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Y'all rinse out your glasses, though, huh?
Yeah.
All right, give us the backstory on this.
All right, so Liquor Warehouse. So this is from one of the most sought after Four Roses warehouse runs there is, really, period. Like there's nothing more to it than that. So it comes from Liquor Warehouse is the store. I believe they're out in Chicago or the Midwest. This is OESV. I believe it's a 10-year 76U barrel, and the 76 OESVs are some of the most sought after Four Roses picks there is. They go for anywhere from between $500 to $700 a bottle.
Really?
At this point, yep. But really, you can't really even get them. You're never going to get them.
Man,
I'm getting like baked bread, like something coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're never going to obviously you're never going to find them in the stores now because they're from 2016.
Right.
But even the people that have them, they're just like the people who have them know what they have, so they're not going to necessarily come off of them. And the ones that do come off, they're going to put them at like $600-700.
You know what? This is a weird note, but I'm good at like throwing out weird notes. Have you ever smelled like rendered bacon fat? Like, dude, I'm telling you, it's like a savory quality to this one.
Yeah.
That is nice, dude. That is nice. Yeah. Oh my god.
You know what's funny is I forgot that I sent that to you.
Mm-hmm.
I forget.
Yeah.
What's the proof on this before?
124?
Yes.
0.6? Yeah. Almost 125.
The nose is absolutely fantastic.
Dude, the palate's fantastic. This is a great whiskey. This is I can see where this goes for $500-600.
Right. And you know what's funny about this, right? This is like one of the most sought after Four Roses runs, period, right? Like period.
Yeah.
And then like you try this, and this is my thought process. This is like me thinking right now. I don't want to speak for you guys. So I'm gonna try. I'm having this right now. I'm enjoying it, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is truly great. This isn't King of Kentucky.
No.
And it's a consensus. Look at your reaction to what I just said. You're all like, no. Of course it's not. That's how good King of Kentucky is.
Oh, hey, dude,
it's a proper name.
I'll be honest. Like after having not tried it, but knowing about it, knowing age statement, knowing what it's about, I was like, that's got to be overhyped. It's got to be a lot of hype going into it.
It's not.
It's not. It is absolutely not. Not at least not the one sample that we just tried. That was amazing. That was fantastic. That was worth.
What release was that, Lex?
That was Barrel 3, King of Kentucky 2019.
Okay. Boy, that's fantastic.
So I'll tell
134.5 proof, the same proof point as the 2020 William LaRue Weller.
That was amazing.
So all day long, I would trade an Eagle Rare 17 for that.
All day long.
All day long.
Yeah. Oh my god.
and that's but that's the value on Eagle Rare 17s, $1,300, $1,400.
Yeah.
Right?
Sadly.
Of course.
Eagle Rare 19 was fantastic.
I love 19.
It was amazing.
20 did not hit the mark for me.
19 was amazing. It didn't even put a.
Would you guys agree with my assessment that King of Kentucky is a palate slasher?
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
You have to get back into a rye or like a Four Roses to get get back in the groove.
And,
you know?
and even then, you almost don't want to.
You almost don't want to.
You're like, all right, I guess I'll drink this, but you don't want to jump back.
So here's my question to Lex and you two guys. This Four Roses, where do you stack it against the Four Roses we had in the blind?
So here's the deal. I actually
one of the ones that was in the
I
blind.
did a blind. So Rob,
No.
I did a blind flight with the one that we did in the blind flight, the Total Wine,
Yeah.
with the Cam Al LE65 6S
Okay.
and the Liquor Warehouse TS76. The Total Wine won number 1. The Liquor Warehouse was number 2. The Cam Al finished number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that Total
Because
Wine
this-
was special.
Well, and these are right
Yeah.
here. I mean, they're
Well, that's
both-
why I was thinking that the number 3, the Total Wine one, was like a Rutledge era because
Super
it was
complex.
super
You were
complex.
like you were gung ho on like, wow, this is a super complex. There's age to this. There's big flavor. I think this is a Four Roses. They're known for that, and it seems like it's well, you said it could be a Rutledge, but either way, whatever. That's what irrelevant. It's you knew that it was a Four Roses, and like what some of the top Four Roses are going to offer.
Yeah. Well,
And that's like, and that goes back to what we're saying. Like you just called it a special pour, and it doesn't even come close to King of Kentucky.
oh
no, no,
yeah,
no.
that's
I mean, that's 4 tiers, 5 tiers,
oh yeah,
6 tiers up.
that's amazing stuff. Yeah. I'd love to do like a King of Kentucky versus some of the best bourbons that you've ever had. Like a early GTS or something like that.
Well,
like to just stack it up against it just to see where it
well,
lands.
It's
let me
got to be
ask-
high proof, like a
Let-
hazmat GTS
Yeah.
2011 or
Something like that.
something like that.
In the bourbon community, is King of Kentucky thought to be way overhyped?
No,
No,
It's not.
I don't
See,
think so.
that was my opinion.
What was
I was
your
like,
opinion?
I
Okay.
didn't know enough about it. I was like, yeah,
So
I've seen
when
it.
you hear,
I think Rob, I think honestly what the issue is that because it's a Kentucky only release, well, at least I'm pretty sure it's a Kentucky only release. I mean, we don't get it here in New Jersey. Like, we don't get it anywhere in the north.
I've
or
never
anything
seen
like
it
that.
down here.
No.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
pretty
down
sure
here.
it's a Kentucky only release. There's not a lot of people that have actually had it, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to actually put out the $1,200, $1,300, $1,400
So
for it. So
here-
not a lot of people have had it.
Yeah.
Here's my question then.
Yeah,
We put King of Kentucky on this tier.
you're right.
Give me 1, 2, or 3 other bourbons that you would put on that tier to compete with it.
That's a good question.
That's a great question, and I have an answer for you. So,
Okay.
okay,
Oh,
on
here we
that
go.
level of King of Kentucky. Oh, and by the way, I bought 2 of them today for $2,800.
Did you really?
Humble brag.
Yeah.
brag,
Well,
yeah.
actually, I should rephrase. I bought one. My friend bought another one. But we
Okay,
had to buy. We had
years?
to.
What years?
2019 barrel 25 and barrel 12.
Okay, and you
What's
have our
the
mail.
proof
You
on
have
those?
you have our mailing address.
What was that?
You have our mailing address.
Yeah.
Those
Listen,
are drinkers.
Listen, you guys know. I'm gonna send some more samples of that stuff.
Oh yeah, dude.
So-
we appreciate what you did.
We
Yeah.
appreciate this
So
alone.
on the same tier as the King of Kentucky, I would, and I hinted at them before. You're gonna have the 2014 George C. Stagg coming in
Yeah,
at 138.1 proof.
Yeah.
that's a special. That's
Yeah.
a special pour.
You're going to have the 2020 William LaRue Weller coming in at 134.5, which is the same proof as what we just drank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
And I agree
also
that
a
that's
special pour.
that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have Mr. Sam, which is a Sazerac product. Actually, it's technically a Canadian whiskey, but it's every bit of bourbon. I mean, it's a bourbon. It's a 133.8 proof. It's not an age stated, but it's absolutely stunning.
But when you say it's a Canadian whiskey, it's not rye heavy. It's not 51% or more rye.
I don't know the specific mash bill, but it's just not. No, it doesn't come off rye heavy at all.
Okay,
It comes off
all right.
as. Yeah, it's brilliant. So those would be the non Four Roses that I would say are very close, in the same category as the King of Kentucky. When you start to get to Four Roses, the ones that really become close are OESVs that come from the 26.6 run in 2017. So the ones that I've had that have been really top notch are the Jersey Devils Venom 26.6 D, and then you have the Liquor Barn 26.6 E. Makes sense; they're sister barrels. Absolutely brilliant. They are 100% in the same category as that. I mean, we're talking like for my choice, and again, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. These are like the top 5 to 10 bourbons I've ever had. And that's where King of Kentucky falls in that list. And it's not just for me; it's really for a lot of the people that I speak to. Most of the people that you talk to, they say the 2019 King of Kentucky single barrels are in their top 5 bourbons they've ever had. Period. They shine over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've had some Stitzelweller juice before.
Yeah.
They're like some of the old gold vein, like 107s and those kind of things, which are just legendary. Like they're just awesome. Well, if those were barrel proof, who knows what they would taste like? Right. But like that, those are some that rock my world. King of Kentucky just like changed my opinion of Brown Forman altogether. Like they should do nothing but ultra age stuff because it changes
your opinion. It changes your opinion on what absolute great bourbon really is. It's like I know what great bourbon is, but now I know what like all-time great bourbon is, and for me, that's King of Kentucky delivers that, particularly from 2019. The 18s and the 20s, I mean, they're all really good from all the research, and all who I've spoken to have had multiple years. But that 19, man, the run from 19, it just happened to be something truly, truly extravagant. Yeah. And I wanted you guys to really experience that.
So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you were awesome to send that. And the way it changed it for me was I now have a new ceiling on what I would spend for a good bottle of bourbon.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've also shrunk the list of people I would share it with at the same time.
This
that works.
Basically.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Anyway,
we already knew that.
Well, man, I think we've had a really fantastic episode. And we can't wait to have you back, Lex.
Of course.
Let's do. We're gonna flip the switch on you next time, and we're gonna have like a blind that we provide to you. So
let's do it, baby. I'm down for that.
And if you got a buddy of yours that's into bourbon and he wants to jump on and do the blind with you, we'd love to have him join you and do that. So your call there. But yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun to have you on and let us send you some stuff that we have and see what you think.
Yeah,
without question. You guys know I'm always game to do this stuff. I can't thank you enough for having me on again. It's my pleasure, to go through the samples and, just let me know when you want to do it again. We'll get it popping. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to this episode of Bourbon Rye Not. And until our next episode, keep drinking bourbon.
Let's go.
Rye Not.
But seriously, thanks for that pour. That was
amazing.
That was absolutely amazing.
You got it, man.
Oh, he left.
Real quick.
I was going to talk to him for a second.
Oh my gosh, my ears are so hot.
This is a good look if we ever want to
do actually really is.
Bourbon junkies and stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
Can you imagine if we put some shit on the wall there?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
Does this have to be a media room?
No, we don't watch movies. We don't watch movies.
You can watch them downstairs.
How crazy was that King of Kentucky?
I mean, you put a sign up, Bourbon Rye Not, and some shelves with some whiskey. It's perfect. And we get a little table, a nicer table.
And honestly, we don't have to use flood lamps or floor lamps. We literally
I got lights and stuff.
Yeah, I've got little ring lights.
Well, I've got the nice LEDs that you can change to green, red, blue, whatever. Yeah. The studio lights.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
This is a great look, man.